Hey everyone, Ken here with Ken's Kreations, and today I'm going to show you how you can easily create ombre cards using paint samples from your local hardware store. The great thing about these paint samples is they've done the work for you and it has a perfect ombre effect built in, plus they're free. Now most hardware stores will have paint samples. They might come in a long strip like this that goes from a light number 1 all the way up to the dark number 6. Some other hardware stores might have them in 2 separate stages. This pink one, you'll note, has a A and the second one has a B, and that gives you your complete ombre colors. Let's use these in a project, starting with the orange paint sample. Let's use Fun Stamper's Journey Silks in Citrus Cooler and Dark Roast. This gives a great background to your card. Simply tap it in any area of the card. These are a little messy, but they will give you a dynamic effect. Let's set that off to the side to dry and turn our attention to our color samples. We will cut these down using our paper trimmer. Perfect ombre effect. I absolutely love this idea. We're ready now to cut our pattern into these. I'm using the Fun Stamper's Journey punch system in the chevron pattern. This is lightweight and can be punched using just one hand. We will cut each color of the orange paint samples using this punch system. Push them off to the side, but make sure to keep them in order. For the sentiment, I'll use Paper Smooch's Slang Gang and Citrus Cooler to match our silk on the back of the card. Exchange this chevron punch for a circle punch and punch out a circle using white cardstock. Stamp the sentiment in the center of the circle. I like to distress my edges and I use the Ranger Distress tool. This gives it a nice finished look and it really makes it pop on the card. Now that our card's dried, we can construct it. I want the sentiment to pop off the card, so I will use Fun Stamper's Journey Black Twine. This stuff's great because it will hold its position and we can adhere it to the card using foam squares. This will also make the sentiment pop off the card a little. You can go as chaotic or as organized as you like, but once you find what you like, adhere your sentiment over the top of it. Now it's time to design using your colors from light to dark. You can make any pattern that matches the card and change your mind halfway through. Use foam squares to pop them off the card or lay them flat on, whatever you like. Halfway through my design, I changed my mind and wanted to go with the arrow pointing to "You're the Bomb." I love how great this card turned out, and it's so easy using paint samples you get for free at your local hardware store. Let's do this again to show you the process. This time, let's make a card that revolves around blue colors and a dash of purple. We'll use all the same supplies as we did in our first card. Start with the silk in a teal. These are messy, remember, but they give a great effect. We'll also use the dark roast color again. It's time to grab your paint samples and your paper trimmer. Trim each of the colors off the paint sample. Using your Fun Stamper's Journey punch system, this time we will use the butterfly punch system, and we're only going to use the biggest butterfly. Punch from your light to dark colors. You'll notice some other pieces of the butterfly will come off, and you can disregard those pieces. Make sure to keep your colors organized so your ombre effect does not get messed up during this process. I just love how these paint samples do all the work for you. For the sentiment, we'll use Paper Smooch's Slang Gang once again, but this time I want to use a square punch for the punch system. Punch this onto white cardstock. Now we're able to stamp in the center of the square using Fun Stamper's Journey Beach Breeze ink. And as always, I will ink the edges. You can go light or dark, but I really like it to jump off the card, so I usually go a little bit heavier on the edges. On this card, I'm using twine found at Michael's that incorporates blues and a little bit of purple. Wrap this around 3 fingers and let it go on the card. You can go chaotic, you can go simple, but for this card, I do need it to be a little bit more of a coverage area, so that way it shows behind my sentiment. Use foam squares to pop it up. It's time to grab those butterflies and decorate the card. This time, I'll use dark to light, so dark at the bottom of the card, working all the way up to light. You can use whatever pattern you would like. In this case, I'm going to go around my sentiment and really make it the centerpiece of the card. Use foam squares to pop them up, or if you would just like your sentiment popped up, you could just adhere them straight onto the card. These paint samples do all of the work for you because it's a perfect ombre look. Just look how this card turned out. The blues all match, everything looks great, and you can complete this card in less than 5 minutes. Use those paint samples to your advantage. I'm pretty sure Lowe's and Home Depot are onto me because look at how many paint samples I have. But I want these readily available, so if I need to make a quick card, I don't have to worry about trying to figure out all my shades of color to match. That's why this is a great tip. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Check out my blog and support me on Patreon so I can bring other great videos to you. Also, I have a great Star Wars card tutorial and a superhero card using just basic shapes. And as always, I hope you go out there and create something magical. Thanks for watching.